What went wrong with this stock and these earnings this morning?
Yeah, so I'd say there was a lot of expectation movement down into the print, some alternative data out there that Q2 sales growth might be somewhat weak. We did get that headline number of U.S. same-store sales growth, only 2.6%. There is some regulatory pharmacy issues in there. A lot of these drug prices got pushed down, part of the Inflation Reduction Act that's hitting now. So that was about 125 basis point headwind. But with such a high multiple on this stock, you've got to be pinpoint. You've got to hit your numbers each and every quarter. Even though there's some optics off here, it's just caught people by surprise.
Is this a hiccup off the back of a change in leadership? What would you call this?
I would say that there's probably some of that in here. I think there's a few factors, right? You had John Furner take over as the CEO. There's been some domino effect of other leaders leaving Walmart post that. Maybe there's a little bit of a operational disruption. You have Target doing a lot better. That I think maybe that's a little piece of this. Amazon getting into grocery. And then I also say just the lower income consumer stress that's been out there. Nothing totally new, but I think that ate a little more into Walmart this quarter.
How much is this an economic story, and how much is this a Walmart versus competitor story as the likes of Kroger's and Target reduce some of their prices to compete more significantly with Walmart?
Yeah, great question. So I think a lot of those price investments from these other grocers, I think that's reactionary to what Walmart's done over the past several years. So it's more of them catching up. There's some fears of this, the price war starting up in grocery. Maybe there's a little element of that in Q2. But again, a bigger picture, Walmart seems like a bigger share taker, not just grocery, but other general merchandise type companies. And that's where they've seen all this uptick.
So you see this as more of an economic story, a broader story than just one of a competitive landscape. How much is this a read of a slower consumer, and how much is this a read of people's expectations just having been too high and a normal consumer?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter. So that there's a little bit of the low-end consumer stress. I don't think that's necessarily gravitating up towards middle income or higher income just yet. I don't know if that happens, but for today, I don't think that's happening. And you've seen good numbers elsewhere. Costco had great July sales. Five Below is comping in the double-digit range. So it doesn't seem like a widespread consumer thing. Maybe just lapping some big numbers from Walmart, some of these pharmacy headwinds, almost a perfect storm that led to this, I'd say, worst-case scenario for the second quarter for Walmart.